It's WJZ.
The Baltimore Women's Classic mission is to help all women take steps towards a healthier lifestyle by promoting fitness and educating women about gynecological cancers. Joining us this morning to talk about the event and how it benefits gynecological cancer patients is Lori Amatucci. Lori is the vice chairman of the Baltimore Women's Classic. Teresa Rowley, a GYN oncology nurse at Mercy Medical Center, and Chris Bowie, a cancer survivor. Welcome all of you to On Time. How are you?
Thank you.
Just great. How are you?
Good. How did the Baltimore Women's Classic get started? Who started that?
Whoa,
Lori?
that's a long story. This is actually pretty remarkable. It goes back to the 70s when women were not allowed to run distance. We were told that women could not possibly run such a long race as what's now a 5K, which, you know,
Right.
thousands of women do on a weekly basis.
Right.
But there was a dedicated group of women in Baltimore that started their own race.
Wow.
In protest, and that now this year was 37 years ago. So it went from 100 women back then to what we anticipate is going to be 4,000 women
Wow.
this year. So it's pretty exciting.
A lot bigger than it now. And what it benefits is research for gynecological cancers and things like that with women?
Not so much research in that we decide we are a completely volunteer local organization, and we knew that pretty much anything that we could raise from the research perspective really wouldn't be enough to make a huge impact, but that we can make a huge impact in the lives of local women. And so
Okay.
we actually, all the money that we raise goes to provide direct support services for gynecologic
instance?
cancer patients around, across the state.
Okay.
Help with house cleaning, grocery deliveries, transportation to and from their treatments
Wow.
if they don't have that manner of support system that they need to get through. We try and take care of their everyday matters
Right.
when everyday matters to them.
Wow. Teresa, someone who works with women in that regard who are being treated, those on the outside might forget those are still things that need to be done, even though a patient is coming in getting treatment.
It's a great impact because you have to remember women are mothers, they're working, they have children at home, so house cleaning still needs to get done, meals still need to get prepared, all those things still have to happen. And when you're tired from getting chemotherapy or just going back and forth for doctor's visits and treatment, it takes a toll, and it's hard to keep up with those day-to-day things.
Wow.
And that's where these funds are so helpful and appreciated by our ladies, because it helps pick up those things and give them a little break
Right.
from those things that they still have to do.
Miss Chris Bowie, we're happy to have you on here this morning.
Thank
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yes, ma'am, and you're a cancer survivor. And can you share with us what you have endured?
Yes, I was hospitalized for 2 months.
Okay.
All of February and all of March. And I was really glad to come home, and now I'm in the middle of taking chemotherapy treatment.
So you're still in the treatment process now?
Yes, I am.
And for what, Mrs. Bowie, may we ask?
Yes, I have peritoneal cancer,
Okay.
which is cancer of the abdominal wall.
Okay.
And it is believed that it stemmed from the ovaries and fallopian tubes
Okay.
initially. But I think in the grand scheme of things, I'm doing well. I don't have the strength and stamina that I used to have.
Okay.
So I'm benefiting from the organization because they have come to my home to clean my home,
Right.
top to bottom.
Wow.
And I mean, it was done in an outstanding fashion.
And how, Miss Bowie, how old were you when you were diagnosed?
66, it was just this year.
This year. And were you treated at Mercy?
Yes, I was.
Right.
And I'm pleased that I made the decision
Yeah.
to go to Mercy.
And the treatments, we were talking about that with Teresa. How taxing is that treatment?
The chemotherapy treatment leaves me rather tired
Yeah.
afterwards. I feel drained of energy.
Yes.
And it takes about a week or so before I feel that I'm getting back some of my strength.
Right.
But still, it's difficult to do daily tasks.
Right.
cleaning in particular.
Teresa, and I'm not sure how familiar you are with Mrs. Bowie's case, but she mentioned this peritoneal cancer. Might she have been a candidate or have been screened for possibly having a hysterectomy to prevent this, or would that something that would not have prevented it?
These cancers are very silent. We don't have any early screening tools for them as yet. Cervical cancer is the only one that does have early screening with the PAP test.
Yes.
But ovarian, endometrial, primary peritoneal are all very silent, and women anywhere from 30 on up are candidates, and you just really have to pay attention. Most often women who are starting into menopause.
Yes.
And they have symptoms that are more mimicking of GI problems. They're treated for ulcers or looked at for those kind of issues before a doctor realizes it's a gynecological issue. So
as proactive as a woman might be, and I'm sure Ms. Bowie has been,
Yes,
oftentimes, again, there's not much you can do.
Correct.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right. And again, this is one of the reasons, Lori, why you all are here, so that you can help those who are in need once the situation arises.
That is, we try. Ms. Bowie is a perfect example. All the women that do the race, we always say that we're out running for the women who can't this year. So hopefully you'll be out to join us in a year or two.
I look forward to it.
Where's the race and when?
The race is June 24th, Sunday morning, 8 a.m. We begin and end at Rashfield in the Inner Harbor. So any of you who are watching this that aren't busy that day, please come out and join us. All runners and walkers are more than welcome. It's a great day.
We want to thank you for being on this morning, Lori. We wanted to make a mention. We also appreciate a man named Tom Amatucci who comes on frequently to talk about this.
Guy,
you know that guy? You were very kind to let him off the hook and do the interview this morning.
Thank you very much for having us back.
Thank you so much. Teresa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For sharing. And Ms. Bowie, thank you so much for sharing your story. We really appreciate it, and Godspeed to you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. For more information on the Baltimore Women's Classic, you can find out. By the way, it takes place Sunday, June 24th at 8 a.m. at Rashfield. For more information about it, you can register by going to BaltimoreWomen'sClassic.com.